What is truly better, Toyota or Bugatti? I know it sounds like a stupid question, but hear me out. Success for Toyota and Bugatti does not look the same. If we were to look at the most expensive cars sold, then sure, Bugatti takes the cake. But if we were to look at the most cars sold, then yeah, Toyota takes the win over there. So what really is success and what makes a brand successful? Well, that depends on what your goals are. Bugatti has positioned itself significantly differently as opposed to Toyota. Bugatti plays the more premium game as opposed to Toyota, which plays the more volume game. Now, believe it or not, the way that a brand looks and the way that a brand positions itself is largely due to the way that they present themselves to the public. Let's take these two brands, for example, and do a deep dive case study on them. Now, I've got the two brands over here, side by side. Well, one's up and one's down, but you get the point. And one's Bugatti, one's Toyota. To most, this seems like a very stupid comparison. But to me, this is a very important comparison because the way that these two brands have positioned themselves is light years apart. Let's look towards Bugatti first. They've literally said this themselves. If comparable, no longer a Bugatti. I mean, how arrogant do you have to be? But I guess everybody who does buy a Bugatti does really believe that to some extent. So there's that. Then in their marketing visuals, we've got a singular person who's proper, who's dressed well, who's probably carrying a bag worth more than my entire net worth next to their cars as well, which is also a very alarming sign that, okay, this is a very exclusive brand and not many people can afford it, and only the people at the top are able to enjoy these vehicles. Then we move towards their color palettes and the way that they've used typography. Bugatti's, the newer updated font is a bit more tight, it's a bit more proper, it's a little bit more pushed together, which makes it seem a bit more compact and should fit most spaces. And of course, the color palette is very, very nice. It's very dark, it's very rich. And the only color pop that we see is the Bugatti blue over here, which is very, very telling that they're trying to get attention in subtle ways, but like also not so subtle ways. Do you get my point? Next, we move towards Toyota. Toyota has a bit more loose brand. Loose in the sense that they're not that serious. Over here, as you can see in this Toyota Hilux marketing, we've got a really fat guy who's shirtless, probably beating on the hood of this old Hilux. This shows that they're probably signaling to the average Joe. They're more family oriented as well. You've got entire communities celebrating the purchase of this Corolla over here. And overall, even in their typographies, it's a bit more spaced out. There's a lot more room to play and there's a lot more room to breathe. So all of which makes this brand seem more inclusive and more attainable. Next up, we move towards their websites. Above, we've got Bugatti. You can see the same dark essence that is being carried forward, the dark premium look, and their big phrase which says, "This is for eternity." I mean, again, it's very pompous, it's very arrogant, and it really does hit home the fact that they really are not for everyone. Then move towards Toyota, on the other hand, at the bottom, we've got summer starts here. It's a bit more cheery. The colors are brighter. They've shot most of their ads during the day and not in studio lighting. And it seems more inviting as a brand right off the bat as well. Then we move towards marketing material. Over the years, we noticed that Bugatti is very, very, very much rooted into their heritage. They love advertising. They're racing fast. The fact that this old Bugatti poster over here, I'm not aware of which model this is, but they show that it's probably faster than a train. Then we've got, again, the same similar visual over here of a singular person standing in a very luxurious environment, again signaling that it's for the top 1%. One thing I like about Bugatti is that they take pride and heritage in their older models as well as their new ones, and they like to carry some element of history in all of their specific vehicles, which again tells a story and helps people connect to the brand a lot deeper. Whereas we move towards Toyota over here, it's a lot more family oriented. As you can see, they literally use the words "more room for family." If you've got a wife and kids, a Toyota SUV is probably for you. You've got brighter colors. The color palette is a lot more cheerful. You've got large planes. You've got a very open space where these cars can be portrayed well. And overall, it just makes it seem like a much more inviting brand for a much larger family and just essentially for the average Joe, because Toyota wants to position itself as the brand for everyone. And no matter who you are, there's probably a Toyota for you. And I'm sure that that is the positioning that Toyota is leaning towards, which is why they've sold millions and millions of vehicles per year. And as opposed to that, Bugatti has positioned themselves as a more premium brand, and I'm sure they only sell a handful of vehicles a year. But again, success looks different for different brands. For Toyota, it's numbers. For Bugatti, it's brand image and brand preservation and history. So use these lessons to position your specific brand in whichever area you want to position it in. And yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you found most insightful. And I guess we're done with this one. Peace, adios, goodbye.